Greetings all, and welcome to another session here of Tuesday Talks. Today we're going to be talking about language assessment. In particular, we're talking about language assessment principles. These principles are pretty much your standard components when you're beginning to consider developing and or choosing an assessment tool. These assessment principles include practicality, reliability, validity, authenticity, and washback. And we'll just jump into the explanations and definitions of these right now. First of all, practicality. Practicality has to do with the doability of a test. How doable is this particular test? For example, regarding cost, is it too expensive for your students or for the school? Maybe it's a nice test, but I can't afford it. I have, for example, had worked in places where students didn't have enough money to go out and take a TOEFL test, or worse, take a TOEFL test every semester or every quarter. Thank goodness you have things like the institutional TOEFL, which is less expensive and more doable. There are also more free ways to do this, but cost could be a variable in deciding whether a test is practical or not. Another would be the instructions. Are the instructions easily understood? Are they understood for the people who are administering the test? Are they understood for the people who are taking the test? You should review those types of questions and make sure they're not a stumbling block to what's actually being assessed, because they can be. The actual instructions can impede the more accurate collection of the assessment that you want. So you want to look at that. Is it practical that way? Is it practical with regard to time? It's going to take too long, or you're not going to have enough time to collect the information that you need. Are your students going to become fatigued? So you want to look at the amount of time that it's going to take and make sure that your students are prepared to handle the amount of time that's there. Finally, can it be corrected in a timely manner? Can it be corrected and returned in a timely manner? Again, you have some tests that are paper-based and you have to send them away to be corrected. And it may be that as you're sending them away, there's too much time involved and you need the answers right away, like a placement test. All right, you need answers for a placement test right away if you're going to be doing all students at the beginning of the semester, the beginning of the quarter or the term. So how quickly can you turn this around? Also, how much time is it going to take to actually do it? Is there going to be a machine that's doing it? Are you going to have multiple people who are involved in assessing or rating or correcting a test? How much time is involved there? Do you have that time? So practicality, one area that you want to look at, one principle that you want to look at when you're deciding and or using an assessment tool.